Hello, this is George Senda, the real, official, authentic, original, the official, the one, the only, the guy from Pittsburgh. Apologize, my hair isn't combed. It's 88 in here. Yesterday was absolutely horrible. The needle didn't move all night till 7 a.m. It was 97 and outside. And out. Even though I wash my hair and take a shower, and hair still gets tangled. I need a haircut. Okay, I have not been doing anything because it's been too hot in here. Right now it is 88 and that needle hasn't moved since 4 o'clock. Went to feed the cats. And I got an unboxing video to show people, that my channel members. Hello Bellamy, Oreo, Oscar, Penelope Cat, Top Cat, and Bellamy's owner who's out looking for 19-1 odds on bets on cat food. So, send an email to Tim, a long email saying I'm almost out of wet cat food. I go outside. It's covered. Some weeks ago, I get all kinds of emails from Democrat and Republican politicians. People put me in the Democratic list, guys I've never heard of, Republicans I've never heard of. I got an email several weeks ago. Donate $1. We'll send you a $20 gift card. I said, this has got to be a scam. Who's going to give you $20 for a buck? Before I go on, my channel views are 1,375,236, 18,730 subscribers, and I have, in 365 days, I got 201,310 views. In 2023, I have 180,253 views. Last year, I had 88,000, so I've now surpassed last year's views. Okay, so this was from the mayor of Miami, Florida, who claims he has solved the homeless problem. I watch action kid videos where he goes all over Miami. Don't see any tent cities. Don't see tents on the sidewalk. No homeless encampments. In San Francisco, Mayor London Breed railed about the city's homeless coalition that kept the city prisoner for years to the homeless, that they can't break down homeless encampments. But somehow they're doing it in Los Angeles. They're doing it in Venice. But San Francisco can't do it. But anyway, this came today. They said it'll be here in 1 to 3 weeks. I was shocked. I got 19-1 odds. That's better than going to a casino. When I bet on the Steelers years ago at Harrah's, and by the way, Harrah's flooded this week with the tropical storm in Vegas. The casino flooded again. That's the second or third time Harrah's ceilings have flooded when they've had a rainstorm. This came today. Your Visa prepaid gift card at cardtremendous.com. There it is. $20 for a buck. All you do is put in the numbers, going to Target tomorrow to get cat litter and food, and you can't beat that. That's almost as good as winning the lotto. I commend that guy for being the first politician since Trump to not lie about what he's doing. He gave me $20. And $20 is huge right now. Kathy went out with Patty. We had a long talk today, and Patty. And my scooter is in the living room now because someone complained that the scooter, even though it was parked in the far wall and you could easily walk by it on the balcony, they can't get by it. And I know I'm 99.9999999% sure it's my next door neighbor who always complains about everything. Years ago, she physically attacked Kathy. Okay. When Kathy's stuff was under her window. So, okay, I gotta fix that. They can't get by it, I know. But I wrote a long series of emails to the director of housing and say, well, this is ridiculous because you've got people blocking the balcony with chairs, tables, couches, planters that people can't get by. But if I put my scooter out, then anybody can walk by it. The other night, I had a woman coming to my door. About 11:30 at night, I'm writing an email to the director of housing. Excuse me. Yeah, what do you want? do you know anyone in the building that smokes? I didn't think of two rejoinders. I thought of them later. No, I'm not Smokey the Bear, one. And two, I know I don't, not only do I not know anybody who smokes, I don't know anybody who smolders. So she just looked at me through the screen door and walked off. And she went right past the scooter to come in my door, right past the scooter to go back. Had no problem with walking back and forth. But I got to keep this scooter in. I don't have a living room anymore. I have a scooter room. I haven't cleared this off because I had to push the scooter onto the chair, and it's been too hot to do anything in here. So that's what's going on. Kathy and Patty went to the mall yesterday, and it was brutal there too. And next week it's going to be in the high 90s. I am not staying here to roast. And then Kathy went to Pier 39 on Tuesday, only to find out the bus had no handicap on it. She took her walker because she has a bad back. And they're supposed to have a handicap. They had steps. Muni was supposed to have handicap access for all buses. They don't. So that's what's been going on. It's so hot I just lie here and just all 10 fans are going and I'm just roasting. I am not staying in this apartment tomorrow. I got to go get cat litter and food. And then I will go and next week get food as well. So yeah, it's right here. Sitting right. Where'd it go? I put it down, I lost it. I got too much paperwork sitting here. Where the hell did I put it? I had it. I can't see anything. That's another problem. I have trouble with seeing. Where did it go? That's probably too much. I got too many bills and paperwork and things I got to keep. I should have put it back in my pocket, I guess. Hold on. They're beautiful and lovely puppies on the bed. Well, the problem is I read a Channel 7 article about a black guy with a big four-wheel scooter. That he cannot get on the bus. He's more messed up than I am. He's got spinal bifida or something. Where the hell? Oh, there it is. I'll show it. I hid the numbers. All right. Light alert. Light alert. Light alert. Okay. There it is, right there. 20 bucks. Visa prepaid gift card. So, no, I don't know where it is. Look, I'm not going to fill out caregiver paperwork when it's 97 degrees outside and I'm going like, I fell asleep last night twice with the door open, which I normally lock the door. It's so hot I finally pass out. The ADA says you must give equal access to the disabled for transportation and public facilities like hotels, restaurants, train stations, airports, bus terminals, and apartment buildings. And they don't, because there's a hotel. Hotels are supposed to have alternate shuttles from the airport to their hotel or wherever they have a shuttle for wheelchairs, walkers, motorized scooters, and motorized wheelchairs. And they don't. You have to walk up steps. That's illegal. So I'm going to work on something with that too. I found out how I can go after them. All of them. And make big bucks. And there's no way they can get around it because I'm going to do pictures and videos. And this time I'll go into court and say, here's the video, Your Honor. I waited for the shuttle at the airport and I had to go up steps. And yet I have a motorized scooter. I had to leave it home because there's no way to access the airport. There's no way to get on the bus. There's no way to get. I have the motorized scooter right here. I'll probably do that after next week. Say I cannot access the shuttle to the airport, to the hotel. I cannot access Muni. I cannot access County Connection. I spent a half an hour talking to County Connection yesterday. They said, well, we only have the buses that we can find to buy. And I said, basically, BS. I said, I found videos at Disneyland. Now, I've never been to Disneyland. Kathy didn't. She didn't care for it. Years and years. Her parents took her to Disneyland. And I always like to say about Disneyland, it's the one true Mickey Mouse operation. But we're going to miss Great America. They're closing it for good. in Santa Clara. We've been there many times. But I once tried to date Sylvester the cat. I knew it was a girl inside. Well, I wasn't with Kathy, but I went there and tried to ask Sylvester the cat for a date because I knew I could see her face through the. They had these things hiding her eyes. She was cute, but so anyway, they had Warner Brothers characters, which I far prefer to Disney. But anyhow, if they don't have a motorized van for what if you're a paraplegic, you're a war veteran, you have no legs, or your legs are cut off at the knees, or or you're paralyzed, or you've got a curved spine like Kathy and you can't walk. I have cats. See, cat, Fluffy the cat. No, I'm attracted to cats and women. Cats, there. There's Fluffy. Fluffy. Baby boy. Okay, now. Easy clip. No, I was much younger then. I was 24, 23 back then. But she had a Sylvester the cat outfit, and she was wagging her tail. She was holding her tail in her hand, and I could see through the mesh on her eyes. It was a girl, and I said, "You're the cutest Sylvester cat I've ever seen." She started laughing, and that's how we hit it off. But I never did get to date her. I think because they're not allowed to date customers, but I was trying. Anyway, the hotels have to have a second van for wheelchairs, walkers, push wheelchairs, scooters, and motorized scooters. I'm not talking about the ones you ride down the street that are motorized. Like I saw a young girl go down the street last week, pink top, black pants, about 14, and she was speeding down the street. No helmet. You're supposed to wear a helmet when they're scooters, by the way. A motorized scooter like this does not require a helmet. I found out that you can ride this legally in California by clean. So don't give me any crap. And also, cities are supposed to have landlords fix the sidewalks. The sidewalks in San Francisco are broken and messed up too. You're supposed to report them, and then they're supposed to make the owner of the land fix the sidewalk. But this guy with Channel 7, he filed 311 complaints in San Francisco. Nothing was done about it, and he gave up. He also met with an agency there. They promised to put plugs in at muni facilities so people can recharge their devices, and those still haven't come in either because they ignore the handicapped in this country. So, no, you don't have to call. You're not supposed to call ahead. It's in the ADA. People think you're supposed to call ahead. They have to give a shuttle that's for the handicapped, period. If they're picking regular people up, the only requirement is a shuttle you can take up to an hour to pick and deliver. But you're not supposed to call ahead. People think that. I can quote you the article. I've got it in my email. And that rates hotels and shuttle services across the U.S. And the guy with a motorized wheelchair, and he says, I can't get on this shuttle. There's no ramp. I can't access this hotel. I have to go to a different, even though I've made reservations, there's no way to me get into the hotel because there's no ramp on their shuttle. And you cannot, you go to San Francisco Airport, the only exit out there, there's not, I don't think there's a pedestrian exit. It's all ramps headed to the freeway. So you can't just drive your shuttle down the ramp, you get killed. So it's not a matter of calling for access. That is well, you're wrong. I cannot, oh, hell. I hate this when people start saying I'm a liar when I'm not. Hold on, now I gotta find the email. I don't think that one's it. I got dozens of emails. That's still not it. What am I looking for here? Hold on. No, that's a camera. Okay, hold on. Capital One got my 2 payments. I send all these to me as an email, but I'm making emails while I'm roasting, and no, it has to be before that. Anyway, I read it today. I know I saw it. I was reading on my phone, though. Here we go. Wheelchair accessible hotel shuttles. Now, ADA requires equivalent service. Hold on. If a hotel chooses not to purchase an accessible shuttle of their own, the alternative contract service must be equivalent. The Department of Justice ADA Compliance Guide states, the important thing to remember, the service provided must be equivalent if customers without disabilities can get transportation quickly and easily. People with disabilities deserve equivalent service. The services offered to people with disabilities must be as convenient as the services offered to other people in terms of fares, schedules, or response times, hour of operation, pick-up and drop-off locations, and other measures of equivalent service. The equivalent service rule is critically important. Most hotels choose to contract accessible transportation rather than purchase a vehicle of their own. The DOJ warrants a hotel choose to contract accessible transportation for wheelchair users. It must be as convenient as the services offered to other people. Requirement applies to response, wait time, service areas, and schedules. A difference of 5 to 10 minutes in response time, who cares? But an hour, that's not okay. Some hotels may, this is the exact reputation or comment, which is absolutely wrong. Some hotels may intend to defend discriminatory practices by saying they could have accommodated you, but only you have provided advance notice. Yet requirements for advance notice deny the precise benefits of an on-demand shuttle service. Ultimately, an advance notice requirement imposed on guests needing accessible transportation is only permissible if that same condition is imposed on other able-bodied guests. End quote. Hotels offering a regularly scheduled fixed route shuttle service must provide accessible vehicles of their own. And I don't want to go on, but and there's 4 examples of ADA non-compliance with hotel service. This guy rides a handicapped device and wheelchair accessible hotel shuttles. So you don't know what the hell you're talking about, to be honest with you. You're wrong. I've done a massive study of this because I got to deal with this every day. No, they don't offer a wheelchair. There are no wheelchair lifts. There are no wheelchair ramps in that shuttle. There's 3 steps going up and down. And then when I got on, well, that's why you can sue under California law and under federal law. So, remember, I only lost my county connection suit because I didn't know I only had 6 months to file, and they lied through their ass. They said there was no video. I showed the video. I proved that there was a video. They said there was no action. The paperwork, which a judge ignored, actually the commissioner, said I went to the hospital for my injuries. Patty drove me to the hospital. I was screaming in agony. I fell on the bus, and I took a shower, and I put one foot down, started screaming from the pain, almost passed out, got out of the shower, and called Patty, come take me to the emergency room. I can't stand on my right leg because they threw me on the bus driver and they slammed their brakes. I landed face down on my kneecaps on the handicap seat for 10 blocks. If I had known about the 6-month requirement to sue a public agency, whereas a private person is 2 years, or a private company, I would have filed. I won't be a millionaire, but what they do frequently, there's a case with United Airlines recently where a severely handicapped man was on a flight. The family was taking him and others to a funeral. In moving him off the flight, they doubled him over in his wheelchair. He had a cardiac arrest. He was doubled over like a folded up blintz or a pancake. He was gasping for air and said, I can't breathe, and the stewardess started laughing at his plight. Well, United would not say how much, but they were glad to have settled this issue. They were sued for millions. And the thing is, the guy was 31. his life expectancy is to be 39. Now it's 31 and a half. He's going to die from his injuries. This happens all the time because people who are not handicapped, who are not mobility challenged, who are not injured, have no idea what you go through when you're disabled. And I don't want to hear anything from anybody saying I'm not disabled. I have the letters to prove it. I read them last year. I have 2 double fractured kneecaps, one knee with the cartilage is smashed. And I have other injury issues. So they may have, I don't remember at this point, but the point is that I wasn't aware it was 6 months, but I filed it, but I did not file it within 6 months. I was too injured to go to court. Had I known that, I would have had Patty take the paperwork to court. She would have done it gladly. And I wouldn't be here today. However, this time I know I'm going to first go after County Connection because they literally said we don't have buses to accommodate 4-wheel scooters. Well, why don't you get some? Well, we don't have any buses available. And that's when I said total lie, total BS. I didn't use those words, but I said there are buses out there. I've seen videos with them. Tried to do a big search. I can't remember. I watch hundreds of videos every month. And found the videos. Sent about 12 videos to them. Here's buses that have a rear ramp that 4-wheel scooters can go on the bus. The worst place, by the way, for handicapped accidents are 3 cities in Russia with 1 3/4% handicap accidents. You don't want to go there if you're handicapped. So, well, I'm using that just the phrase. I've got one problem I have with the heat. I got a headache, so I'm not thinking well. So, well, I'm not going to go into that. That's past history. So stop. I'm going to remove that comment. I'm going to remove the other comment. Don't start in me. I'm not going to lose my temper tonight. So I'm handicapped as far as I'm concerned. Remember, you get a handicap placard or disabled placard. I don't even know where mine is. It's in the bedroom. But you know, you have a handicap. You're disabled, whatever term you want to use. I can't walk without pain. And I woke up today, my right ankle was swollen. It hurt like hell to walk to the bathroom because the fluid leaks out of my knee into my ankle. Okay, stop. I'm not being derogatory. I'm talking about me. So I'm not being derogatory to anybody. I do these things off the top of my head. I'm not thinking about political correctness. I hate political correctness. When I fell on Bart years ago on the inspection plate, the escalator step ate my shoe and I went flying. First my knees landed on the plate and then I skidded the plate, went off and landed on the pavement face down screaming in agony. My big mistake is I got up and went to the doctor. I should have had someone get a hold of the BART agent and had them call an ambulance. That was my huge mistake. I'd be a rich man today. Okay, there we go. Quit with that. The next person that talks, criticizes, or says something about handicap gets blocked. All right? Hold on. I don't really criticize my choice of words. I don't care about that. Now, let me get this bookmark so I have it. Now let's look up the official definition or an official definition of the word handicap. You know, you guys already, it says handicap accessible, handicap scooters. So, handicap definition. A circumstance that makes progress or success difficult. Let's see. What does handicap mean as a person? Britannica Dictionary of Handicap. A physical or mental condition that may limit a person, what a person can do, a physical or mental disability. And don't get me started on mentally disabled because I'm not. Except when it's 97 degrees or 99 degrees. I can't think of What is the difference between a handicap and disability? Disability, inability, restricted ability to perform an activity within the normal human range, being able to walk. A handicap is a disadvantage resulting from impairment or disability that limits the social role of an individual, being unable to work somewhere due to limited access. So I guess they're sort of the same, but not exactly. But does it really matter, the choice of words? I don't think so. Okay, Sam, you're out of here. Bye. I told you to knock it off. Bye-bye. Enjoy your banning. I give people warnings. They don't stop. I'm not going to lose my temper tonight. If I tell you to knock it off, to stop, you get kicked. Well, I never heard of that definition, handicapped, passing the hat. Although I have seen people who had no legs in front of Macy's selling pencils, literally like something out of a Damon Runyon novel or movie. You know, I don't know where they, but I can't tell you who first came up though. But to me, if you got a impairment, all right, we can say you're impaired. Here we go, Section 6, Health Knowledge UK, impairment, disability, and handicap in the UK. And they all love to do cookies. Wish they'd give me some cookies for once. I'll take some Famous Amos or some Subway oatmeal raisin. The terms impairment, disability, and handicapped are often used interchangeably, but have distinct meanings that help to describe the physical and social impact on an individual. According to WHO classification of impairment, disabilities, and handicapped, ICIDH. Now, who uses the word handicap? Replaced by ICF in 2001. Impairment relates to bodily functions, disability to activities, handicap to social roles. The three are distinct but interrelated. An impairment is a loss or abnormality of a bodily function. I can't say that word. Anatomical, physiological, or psychological. Glad I don't have to say that 3 times fast. A missing limb, diagnosed mental disorder, disability, inability, or restricted ability to perform an activity within normal human range, being unable to walk. A handicap is a disadvantage resulting from impairment or disability that limits the social role of an individual, e.g., being unable to work somewhere due to limited access. And let's see, access, disability in hospitals, level of independence, and they go on and on. But it's all related. I don't consider it to be derogatory to see someone's handicapped because it was used for years. So please don't start on me, okay? I don't know anybody else except Kathy and Patty that have a disability. So don't start. I'm going to remove that comment. Now you've said it. You've said it more than once. That's enough. Hold on. I'll be right back. I got my vacuum cleaner. I can barely move because the scooter's pushed everything over. And I got to pick bedding up and everything else. But I've done nothing yesterday. I'll do something after a shower. Oh, ow, ow. Now you see, there's my impairment. My knees hurt to get up. And my back. I have an injured back. Hold on. I think it's in here. I'm going to hide the code number because I don't want to get my information. But this expired in June, but the DMV here has a stupidity where they want you to scan a barcode or a code. I couldn't get it to work my phone. I couldn't get it to work my camera. This is my official disabled placard, but at one time it didn't have disabled. It had an H on it. That's for going in cars. But if I get an enclosed scooter that's air conditioned, I can put this inside the scooter, or better still, so someone doesn't break in and steal it, make a copy of it. I could park in a handicap space, and they have H on the handicap space or a scooter, depending on where you go and where you are. They have a wheelchair symbol. But sometimes they have both. It's not a helicopter landing zone. But I would put this in my scooter. I wouldn't park there because someone may be more physically challenged than I. They may not have any legs. They may be partially paralyzed. But that's my placard. I get those for years. But now I have to go to the DMV because their stupid thing you scan, it doesn't work with my iPhone. And it wouldn't work with my Android phone either. They sent me a card. They put the symbol on the card. I couldn't get that to work either. So... okay, Daisy, stop. You said it repeatedly. Stop. I'm putting you in a timeout. I tell you to stop. You won't stop. The next thing is bye-bye. You're beating a dead horse. There's no point to keep repeating yourself. Now, I will look up where that came from because I've never heard that phrase before. I've heard hat in hand, which may be similar, but I cannot be certain. And I'm not sitting here with a... I'll do hat in hand first because humbly asking for a favor. You should not go to hat in hand to Congress to ask for money. That's absolutely right. Okay, now I've never heard of hand in cap. Hand in cap, handicap. Let's see. Old English trading game. Word term itself is the origin of the modern word handicap. Two players want to trade possession. Wait a minute, I've heard of handicapping, but it's horse racing. An umpire decides whether the items have the same value and my knee is talking to me. If not, what the difference is. Both players and umpires put forfeit money in a cap. Now, I never heard of that in that reference before. Called handy-CAPP. The difference in value is the boot of the odds. Well, I knew handicap from attending the racetrack for years, but I did not know about any cap or hat. So, okay, I can't change that. But in a sense, I'm right because it's the derivative of the word handicap. I'll use disabled from now on, but get off my back. That's all I ask. I don't need more. I got aggravated by Kathy yesterday. She threw up ancient history at me. And I told her today, knock it off. I said, when you had nowhere to live 3 times now, I let you move in with me. And when I had nowhere to live, you do nothing but complain. Even though I was paying all the bills except the rent. No, your friend Patty didn't help you, but you did move in with Patty at one point when you lost your apartment. You moved in with me 3 times. And all you did was bitch and complain till one night at 3 in the morning when you were doing it for hours. I finally said 2 magic words, get out. She had to call Patty to come rescue her. 3 in the morning. I couldn't take it anymore. And Kathy lost her storage and tried to blame me and Patty for it. I said, you had ample opportunity in the last couple of years to go up to Sacramento, take the train, take a cab, Uber, Lyft, or walk, or the bus. Go to U-Haul, rent a van, go get the stuff you needed out of the storage and put it in a new storage space near you. She lost thousands of dollars in jewelry, all her teacups, all her Pokemon and everything else, and I lost all my computer magazines I've been collecting for 20 years. That are worth as much as $20 a piece on eBay. I'm not happy about it. and she paid it late this month and then wrote them a check that bounced, which I don't understand. She gets $200 more than I do or Patty does. So I said, don't start blaming me or Patty for your fault. She said, well, Patty could have driven me up there. I said, Patty's not required to do that. It'd be nice if she did. Patty's van is dead now, and it's dead. It will never rise again. So it died. And I have to look something up for her. But Patty has helped me out over the years. I'm very grateful. And I've paid her in gasoline and other things, dinners, and given her money. So don't give me grief, people. I don't deserve it. The main use I use other than disability for handicap is to go to the racetrack and handicap a race. I did that at Bay Meadows and Golden Gate Fields for years. Besides, I like horses. I'm the only man that ever hit banned from the rail at both racetracks because the horse would come to me and nuzzle me. I'm fine, except I can get criticized, which I really don't, unjustifiably so. I was reading the forum one day, and I knew the late Jack Klugman, rest in peace, Quincy and the Odd Couple, Oscar Madison, and I lived the role. Played Oscar Madison on stage. So one day I saw him at the track. Mr. Klugman, how you doing? I love the Odd Couple. I love Quincy. I said, thank you. I said, I play Oscar on stage, and every once in a while I start doing Walter Matthau. Felix! I'm tired of the cleaning and the spraying and the honking. And I start doing the dialogue without thinking. I start doing it I'm not doing it exactly right now, but I'm doing it as Walter Matthau in the Odd Couple because I played Oscar Madison on stage, and the dialogue is still in my brain after all these years. And we got to be friends. So I'm standing around his horse. Jack Klugman had the jockey, and when they bring you down the track and they put you in the, I don't know what they call it. I thought it was the paddock, but they review the horse. You have to look at the horse and the jockey before the race. Well, Jacqueline Klugman came over and put his head in my racing form, or her head. I don't remember if it was a male or a female, and started nuzzling me. The stewards came over. What are you doing to the horse? I'm reading the form. I'm not doing any horse. Jack came out of the stands, came all the way down to me. George, what are you doing to my horse? Jack, your horse wanted to say hello. What am I going to do? I'm reading the form. So at Bay Meadows, which doesn't exist anymore, I went to search for George Norrie years ago at the paranormal event there. We missed George by an hour. Patty, me, and Kathy went down to San Mateo, and I cried because I saw my racetrack was gone. I used to go there with my friend Charlie Mew, and I made $1,600 once on an exacta bet. A lot of money back in the 70s for me. Paid my rent for a couple months. And got banned in that track too because the horse would come over and nuzzle me. I've had deer nuzzle me. I've had birds land on my shoulder. I had cats follow me. Down the street. Start to come out of nowhere. A cat will start nuzzling me. Over about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, by the theater here. I'm walking down the street one night to go to the Mexican restaurant, and this orange kitty comes up, meow, meow, plop, plop, nuzzle, nuzzle, rub, rub, because I had a bag of cat food. I gave it some dry food. Little orange kitty, not orangey, and it was very happy. I gave it dry food, and it let me pet him. I've never seen it before or since, but dogs come up to me and start nuzzling the cat bean bag. They can smell the cat food. Animals like me. So, and they can sense that you're an animal person. Now tonight, sadly, I felt very guilty. I'll have to talk to the woman next time I see her. This woman, young lady, was with her son. Little boy's in the stroller, and she had a cute little long-eared brown dachshund. And the guy across the street where little sweet Gray lives, I called for Gray. Well, Gray came out. His dog saw the little dachshund and started pouncing on the dachshund, and she knew the guy. She said, your dog is not being nice tonight. So I'm sorry, lady. And the next time I see her walk all the time. She's a very pretty young lady, and child's maybe 3 or 4 years old, I'm guessing. But her little dog was. I love dachshunds. They're my second favorite dog. They're very silly. And I said, "Oh, that was not nice, the doggy." So the dog jumped off the porch, went after the dog. So it's territorial, I guess. So, but cats know me. I've had cats walk from up in the street in San Francisco. And then I have found cats. I found my beloved mouse cat at a BART station, our local subway, 16th and Broadway, eating a leaf. He was starving to death. I wrapped him up in my jacket. I walked from the bus all the way home, and all the way up Lake Merritt and up my hill. And when we got to the back of my apartment building, I was going to get the key to get in. He jumped out of my arms. I said, "Oh no, you're going upstairs to meet her. You're going to be my baby cat and my baby mouse," because he had a face that looked like a little mouse. He was all black and very sweet, very gentle. I miss him a lot. So, when one night a little kid hit him with a rock, threw a rock and hit him in the eye, and I had to go to San Francisco. My mother wouldn't let me escape. She kept me at home for 4 days at her house for Jewish high holidays. And I said, "Mother, I have to go home." And Kathy had the doors and windows locked, and Baby Mouse and Gray, a cat that came into my apartment one day and curled up with Mouse and Little Cat. And for the first week they were fighting, and then they were all curled up in bed. Well, they never got back in and disappeared. We looked for them everywhere. So, and there was the Pinky cat that we rescued from the storage space. It was 107 degrees in West Sacramento. He was dying of thirst and hunger. And Fluffy here, who goes after other kitties and shouldn't. He should be a nice baby. He finally has 99% stopped going after mama cat and kitten. And little girl sometimes paws mama cat because it's all territory. And he kept beating Pinky up, and we had a lightning storm here one night, and Pinky got terrified and ran out the doorway, pouring rain of lightning. I mean, really bad. And never saw him again. We looked everywhere. So he wasn't neutered, but he was starting to be a big baby. He was sleeping in my pillow above my head, nuzzling me and rubbing his head against my hand. And I didn't have the money at the time to get him neutered. I would have. That might have calmed Fluffy down, but I've never liked. For years I told Fluffy, leave Mama Cat and Kitten alone. So he's pretty much stopped though. And last week, before the scooter took up the space, the cats like to sit in the doorway and sleep when it's hot. And Fluffy loves his kitty bed. And last week I left another kitty bed for Mama Cat. And she was doing biscuits like this. Not biscuits, she was making loaves. She had her head on her paws, they're folded up, they call it loafing, and she was sound asleep right next to Fluffy and sat there all night till about 6 in the morning when she shook her head and walked out. That's one reason I have the door open all night. I don't have the heart to, when she's sleeping, to go close. The minute I get up to close the door, she runs out. Runs down the stairs at full speed because she's frightened of the door. And here we have the other cat. Hello, little girl. Bed, little girl. I'll feed you in a minute. Bed. Bed, sweetie. There we go. Here's my girl. Little sweet girl. Yes. My girl. Oh, she's so soft and cute. She's got the softest fur of almost any cat since other than Siamese I've had. And she likes to lie on my arm and go to sleep, which makes it hard to get up to go to the bathroom. I don't have the heart to get up, but I have to get up. And she starts to meow. And when I go downstairs, I come downstairs to go to the store or go peek Tiny when she cries, "You're leaving me forever." She does the same thing Fuzzy did. And she will be 24 in Halloween, along with Fluffy. And my beloved Fuzzy would have been 24. So the vet told me when I got them how old they were. And Yeah, you're an old baby. Little girl. Little girl. Pretty little girl. Pretty little girl. Can you say pretty little girl? Does your tail say pretty little girl? Mm-hmm. Pretty girl. Does your tail wag? There we go. Wag the tail. Pretty little girl. I'm not doing that. Not touching the tail. Now you can see that, but her tag wails. Her tag wags. Pretty little girl. There we go. Pretty little girl. Pretty girl. Yeah, beautiful little girl. Pretty girl. She loves it when I call her pretty girl. Okay, I'll beat you a little bit. Alright, I've had 25 or 26 or 27 cats in 47 years. Well, you know what, Mr. Troll? Are you going to pay for the vet visit? Of course not. I pay for cat litter. I pay for cat food. I pay for flea treatments. I pay for kitty beds. I go get cat food and cat litter. No mention of vet visits. Well, it's $90 to see the vet. It's $90 to get them shots. Now, I'm going to have money in the next 90 days. I'm going to go take Fluffy and Little Girl to Pet Food Express. They'll get their shots. When I have more money and I pay down more bills, I will take my cats to the vet. But $180 when you only get $1,100 a month, $1,133, hurts. People who know me understand this. Trolls don't give a damn. They just want to be mean. So, I don't see them donating $20 for Super Chat. This is just pure harassment. They know what my income is, my disability, and my financial status now. By the way, I paid Stoneberry last month, and I'm down to $103 on Ginny's that we paid this month. That's 2 accounts. That's $60 a month. If I had 4 accounts, that would be $180 a month. I'd have money. That's just for the office visit. Any tests and treatments, right? When I took Fuzzy to the vet years ago, and they gave me antibiotics for her, she had an infection. The first one didn't work. It was $56 to take Fuzzy to the vet, and $130 for the medication that didn't work. I had to go back. They didn't refund my money for the medication. They made me buy new medication for $130. They'll cost me close to $300 to take one cat to the vet. I don't have that kind of money. If you don't like it, too bad. Go to some other channel and bitch. I love my cats dearly. When they go, I will probably only have one cat. Although what I'll probably do is try to figure a way to get Mama Cat to stay inside with the door closed. Kitten will come over and sleep with Mama too. Kitten cat. And next year, when everything's paid, I will be going to Las Vegas. And after I pay for that trip on my credit card, then I will be going to Pittsburgh. Finally, hope I can do it before my sister dies, because she's not getting any younger either. But I hate these people. You're not taking the cats to the vet. What's it to you? Are you going to pay $100? I don't see $108 PayPal sent to me to pay for it, but you bitch about it enough, which you have no right to do. I've got debt to pay off, and then when that gets paid off, or this time next year, I will not be buying anything unless it's for cash. No credit, no time payments. And then by this time next year, I will have no debt. I will have another secured credit card. And hopefully by then they'll raise it. And then eventually I'll get another secured credit card, put a couple of grand on it to pay for the trips. Because it's $500 to fly to Pittsburgh. You can get deals on Las Vegas. The problem with Las Vegas is they don't go when I want to go. I want to go like between 10 in the morning and 2, and they give you the deals at 5 in the morning, which I can't get to because there's no buses that go to the Oakland or San Francisco airport at 5 in the morning. They don't leave here till 5:30. So unless we go and I take a lift and get to BART and BART doesn't open on the weekends until 8. They make it hard for someone without a car because public transportation is a contradiction in terms. It's transportation and it's public, but it's sure not. I don't know what term to use. Amenable to going when you want to go. It's when they want to go. And on the weekend, the bus is here stop at 6. I took the shuttle down to Capital One, and I read the wrong schedule on the bottom of the sign when I was waiting for the shuttle to come back, and I went, oh bleep, I missed the last bus. I got to walk. And my knees were not up to walking the other night. And then the shuttle came. I said, oh, I'm reading the wrong schedule. That was the Saturday, Sunday schedule. It stops at 6:30. And yet there's tons of people in downtown Walker Creek on the weekend. I don't get it. Why don't they run up them? And they have art fairs and wine fairs all the time. Why don't they? Most people have cars. I was amazed to see. I was sitting there, and in the time I was sitting there, about 20 minutes, 5 Bentleys came by. Walnut Creek is rich area, so Bentleys are like the poor man's Rolls Royce. But there were sports car Bentleys, and there was one convertible Bentley, and they're not cheap. They're a couple $100,000. So I'm going to buy an expensive car. I would buy a Rolls Royce. Get my chauffeur. All right, remember, you can join the channel for $3.99 or $6.99 a month, where you see content nowhere else. But tonight you saw content nowhere else. You saw a free $20 gift card, which I just lost again. What the hell did I do with it? I keep putting it down and I can't see it. That's why I'm disabled. I can't see it. I'm looking at it. I can't remember anything either. Oh, God. It's called getting old. Where did I... I'm going to have to get the flashlight again. My memory is like a sieve anymore. All right, you could also donate to PayPal at bulky2013@gmail.com. This is George Senda. I got the other video to do, then I got to take a shower because I'm roasted. So, yeah, I have every bus schedule in my freezer bag here. But the buses here start at 5:30 a.m. The last bus leaving Concord BART is about 9:20 in the evening, and then there's no buses. And on the weekend, they suck. They start at 9 o'clock in the morning, and they stop at 6. This is why I was so happy to get the scooter. And the scooter is behind the towel, and you can't see it, but it's taking up about, I would say, a quarter of the living room floor space. And I had a real hard time getting it in here, and I'm going to have a hard time getting it out. So. Okay. Goodbye, troll. Litter is not going in the bucket. Driving it like I stole it. Give me a break. By the way, I looked up legally if you get anything from Medicare, any kind of medical device, walker, wheelchair, whatever, you have the legal right to sell it or dispose of it as a used device, which is what I'm doing to get a newer device. And I've already talked to a company in Florida. They will sell me another scooter that's a 3-wheel scooter to allow me to get on the bus. If I have all my debt paid, I can have the scooter in 10 months. If I'm not helping out Kathy with Orkin and getting a car, helping her get a car again and taking cats to the vet. So if I have $1,000 prepaid secured card, I'll take cats to the vet and show proof of it. And then you need to shut up. They'll come up with some other garbage. They always do. So let's pull out one at random here. Well, I got 2 I put in the bag. They're not. I keep them all in this pouch. Well, I used to. Well, they're not here. Okay, we'll take the 320, which goes from Concord BART to Diablo Valley College in a weekend. And warning, flashlight. It starts at 10:40 at DVC and it ends at 6:40. That means between 6:40 at night and the morning you can't go in the bus. Weekends suck here. That's why I'm and in the summertime when it's roasting, it's horrible. Now we got another bus schedule here. The 21, Walnut Creek Park to San Ramon Transit Center. Flashlight alert. I'll point this downward. Starts at 5:33 in the 43 in the morning, ends at 8:43. Runs every 30 minutes. All right, the other schedule, the shuttle, the 4 to Walnut Creek, from Walnut Creek Park to downtown Walnut Creek. It runs 6:52, 7:12, 7:32, 7:52, 8:12, every 20 minutes after 8:12 in the morning until 8:12 in the evening. And I don't know about weekends, 9:28 in the morning, ends at 6:28. It's not convenient. Now, Muni in San Francisco runs all night, once an hour. You're not sitting there stuck. That's the problem with so-called public transit. It's transit and it's public, but it's not usable during the midnight hour. And if you work shifts, you're working 3 to 11, you ain't taking the bus home. Yes. Yeah, I watched the first Speed movie. Great movie. I don't care for Keanu Reeves, but a great movie. That's been done and parodies and everything. Yeah, Speed was a great movie. I saw that in the theaters. And I think even Scorpion did that. They did that with the subway car, though. There was a bomb in the subway car, I think, or something like that. That's funny, though. Funny comment. Okay, with that in mind, I'm going to go. I got to do the other video. And I must get in the shower, and I have rampaging kitties here to feed. Driving it like I stole it. You notice something. They always accuse me of criminality, and yet I'm not in jail, am I? Because I haven't done anything wrong, other than trying to survive like everybody else in America. Do I have enough quarters for laundry? My change? No. I have 2 quarters. I have 4 quarters and a bunch of pennies, dimes, and nickels, which I take to the credit union. I have 5 quarters. I'm getting close. But not enough to do laundry. And every once in a while I find change that falls out of my shorts. Wait a minute, here's something. I have 7. I have 8 quarters. It's almost enough. You need 9 quarters to do the wash here. So I have 8. Well, I don't know why her account bounced. She's usually very good about that. But I gave up years ago trying to figure out my girlfriend and her thought processes. She took a bus to Pier 39, then said, I said, why didn't you ask George? You're always asking me for all kinds of other information because she has no internet now, no computer. I know San Francisco far more than you do. I lived there for 17 years. And well, I never thought of asking you. That's the problem. You don't think. I love her dearly, but you don't think. All you have to do, well, I take BART. Yeah, but all you have to do is get off BART, put your Clipper card in, then put your Clipper card on Muni, go down to the platform, look for the trains. They either go out 3rd Street, and now the new one, they go up Stockton Street. They got a new light rail there, and the light rail will take you right to Pier 39, walking distance to video. Okay, stop. Stop with that. The Echo Show is sitting here. I took it home with me because her television and a Blu-ray player and several Macs and the modem all got killed by roaches. And I didn't want the Echo Show to be destroyed. So stop. Okay, and this is another troll. Bye, troll. And Kathy's checks are not made out of rubber. seen her checkbook. But she kept saying, I can't afford this storage anymore. It's killing me. They don't want you to eat. You're not supposed to eat food on the bus. County Connection, Muni AC Transit, Golden Gate Transit, Sam Trans, and BART are local subway. You're not allowed to eat or drink. You're not supposed to. People do it all the time. I can't eat ham much anymore. Too salty. All right. And I don't clean the apartment except for dishes and myself when it gets 97 degrees. It's too hot. I have been going through stuff slowly. And I will get the place cleaner with help. I'm going to probably wind up paying Patty to clean. My friend Paul says, you're doing well for someone who's disabled. And I said, yeah, but I got too much stuff and not enough space. And ow! And that's my right rotator cuff talking. All I did was bend over. Didn't like me bending over either. I've torn the rotator cuff 3 times. All right, this is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh. Have a great day. Now, you might be able to take that on a private tour bus, but I don't know how they feel about food. What the hell is it? Snapple bottle leaking all over me. Have a great night. Stay wet, warm, dry, or cool, as the case may be. Stay safe. I will catch you next time. Bye-bye for now. Let's see the trolls pay Kathy's storage bill. She said to me last thing that I'll never have a house and apartment. You don't know that. Watch the next year. I go to Vegas to talk to my real estate agent to try to buy an apartment building. I can get a house for $450,000 if I can come up with the down payment, but it's $2,400 a month for the payment. I saw one with a weird L-shaped pool, but how would I swim in that? I'd hit the corner every time I swim. All right, that's it for this one. Bye-bye.